Well, I think we actually won with that one, and I think, Christopher Nolan big time won with that one. So Christopher Nolan. We've heard about Christopher Nolan always wanting to direct a James Bond film, and for a minute there, we actually thought that maybe he's actually going to direct a James Bond film. Can you imagine that, guys? Can you imagine that? But then you start going like, oh man, this is going to be Christopher Nolan again, playing in the toy box of someone else's toys. And that's the only thing when it comes to now these directors that we love so much, and when they start playing with other people's toys, we're just gonna go like, maybe that's just not gonna work out. I mean, it did once, obviously, when he played with the Batman toys, it ended up working, but would it work now that he's this huge name? Would it work now if he actually played with the James Bond toys? Christopher Nolan was interested in directing a James Bond movie after doing Tenet, but was told he wouldn't get a say on decisions for the film's final cut. He went and directed Oppenheimer instead. Well, I think we actually won with that one, and I think, Christopher Nolan big time won with that one. So it kind of worked out. Now, will it happen in the future? Most likely not, because we of course heard that, Miss Broccoli and the owners of the rights of James Bond is now basically creative control is now with Amazon, and we're probably expecting that there is going to be some kind of like, oh yeah, we're going to freaking let's just squeeze out all we can when it comes to this. That's the thing that when we talk about, like when you talk about your favorite directors wanting to direct, a CBM or just an existing IP, the fact of the matter is the owner of the IP, might not give you everything that you want. We've seen this numerous times. Come on. Do I have to say, when you have a director that you like playing in the sandbox of like someone else's playground, and then all of a sudden they start looking at going, hey, I don't know if I like that. That's why sometimes I'm just like, no, I don't want Quentin Tarantino to freaking direct, a Star Trek movie or a CBM, because he's not going to be able to do what he wants to do. Now Christopher Nolan's got to the point where he always is going to have final cut. You're not going to have final cut on James Bond? Then fuck that. I'd rather him do his original stuff. Or if he can actually, do, obviously Odyssey, what he's doing next is not his, but he's going to be able to do whatever he wants with that, so.